Hello to everybody in here. I'm pretty sure there's no one in here yet. I know YouTube has been a bit delayed with giving notification of live videos, so I'm just going to wait a few minutes for people to show up. Um, my connection might be a little bit wonky also. I've noticed it's been kind of slow today. But I did want to come in here. I know that I have not been around in a couple of days, or actually probably a couple of weeks. I've had a lot of stuff going on, and I've just been really doing a lot of research and doing some things, and I just wanted to share a few things with you. So oh gosh, wow. Can you guys hear me? Because I see that it's filling up in here, but nobody's talking. Is everyone able to hear me? If you can, please just type yes. Okay, cool. So, um, I'm not gonna be super long with this. I just know that I haven't been around, and people are like I'm getting a lot of messages from people super freaked out, and I'm just like, okay, so yeah. So first and foremost, thank you guys so much for over 6,000 subscribers. That's so dope. I mean, I wasn't really even looking at my YouTube channel, so I didn't know it was growing to that extent. I went from about maybe like 4,300 subscribers a month and a half ago to now 6,300. So that's super cool. I'm so excited about that you guys are on my channel, like watching the videos, and that this is just amazing to me, and I'm very grateful. Um, so I've been very busy. I was already doing some things, then I had a car accident about a week ago. It wasn't I mean, like, I'm fine, everything's okay, the car was messed up, but it's my roommate was driving, and it was not our fault. Someone hit us, and car's being fixed right now, so everything's okay. It was, it did shake me a little bit because it was on the heels of a lot of stuff that was happening. So it was, one of my biggest fears is like dying in a car accident. So I definitely was freaked out about that. So it had me shaken for a few days. Kind of put things into perspective for me. So that's kind of where I was. But even before that, I've been doing a lot of, like, just research and a lot of things, and just, this whole entire thing that's going on with Michael just kind of hit new levels for me, just because it was very apparent that it was necessary for people to kinda just try to, like, make him disappear, and I was just trying to figure out what was going on, even though I know I had expected that to happen, years ago. I was just very kind of, like, shocked, and I really wasn't sure where it was coming from entirely, but now I'm very aware of it. And I've been just finding out a lot of stuff, guys. Like there's so many connections being made. Um, I've been a little bit distracted because I've just been like just getting caught up in the reality of the situation with Michael. And I feel like I'm so ready to share so many things with you guys, and I'm going to. But I just have to be very careful about my process. It's one thing to just kind of like guess things and like research things and just try to piece them together. But it's another thing when you like start stumbling on like actual facts, and you're already on the right path with your progress. But when you actually start stumbling across like facts and things that will make things um, very obvious, then it gets very difficult. And again, just dealing with other personal things in my life right now, it's very difficult to try to find that balance because I want to make sure when I'm putting the rest of the content out to you guys that you're ready for it. And I'm not entirely sure how people are going to receive certain things because, like I said, it's one thing to just kind of like guess and have fun with it, but another thing to kind of tie facts into that. So I just wanted you guys to know that, like, I didn't drop off. I didn't, like, stop making videos again. I didn't, like, pull a disappearing act. I just I'm very aware of my surroundings now, and I'm very aware of certain things, and you just have to be kind of careful. There are people that are sent to, destroy Michael's name, and there are people who when you have people who are trying to tell the truth about Michael and speak out on his behalf, you have people that will come along and try to distract you, try to get into your head, try to like do things. I don't know. I'm not very good at like weaning those people out yet. I still get distracted by situations, and I'm human, so that's very normal. But in all seriousness with this, I know that it's like, a lot of people are seeing like what Dan Reed did, um, and what Wade did, and what Jimmy has done. And it's very apparent, it's very transparent. People are really seeing the truth, which is really cool. But you have to ultimately look at the big picture. We had the situation that happened with Paris. Like, that whole thing is totally weird. So I'm just kind of like trying to, you know, I'm trying to be very diligent with what I do and very careful because I'm finding out some really fucked up things. And even about Michael's like childhood and things that he experienced. I'm getting a lot of validation on things, and you have to be careful with certain information and responsible with it. And I'm going to be sharing everything with you guys. I just didn't want you to think that I just kind of fell off because I didn't. I just momentarily, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now. It's just like life happens sometimes when you're not expecting it. And when that happens, you just have to be very prepared for it. And I'm usually not prepared for things to happen to me. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. There's a lot, and I don't really know entirely what the end result of all this will be, but I just know that like this is very different. It's more than just like a money grab, it's a time of reckoning for a lot of situations. And for sure, Michael, you know, Michael, it's emotional for me because I've spent like upward almost 10 years trying to understand certain things about this entire situation with Michael. I've spent a lot of time, a lot of research trying to understand things. And I've only probably in the past like week or so really, really, really found things that profoundly tell me about him. And it's very emotional for me because it's just not what you guys think. Like, this is so beyond when you talk about the realm of purpose and paths and journeys and who we really are and why we're really here, and to be faced with knowing things about your path that you can't change, that you can't avoid. It could make you very self-destructive. And I think that Michael just really tried to do things to pull himself out of what people expected him to be, and I can totally understand that. um and I think it's like when you're like screaming and you're telling people things and you're trying to be like open and honest, and people just are not hearing you. And that's kind of why I removed myself from the narrative of what's going on a little bit, because I just see people like just getting this whole thing so wrong. And I just I have to be very, very, very careful with information. I've got to be very responsible with it. Um, and I just had like I was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning, just like thinking about a situation and just thinking about my situation, just like thinking about things. And I'm just like, okay, I have to tell people this information and I have to be very responsible with it. And I don't know what's going to happen when I tell people this stuff. I don't know how people are going to react. I don't know like what's going to happen with me. But I just feel like it's time for people to understand the whole picture. And that's pretty much just what I wanted to tell you guys. Like, I know that I see people like just sending me messages and just like, I'm sorry. It's not, it's hard to explain. I'm not like falling off. I'm not bored with this situation. I'm trying to understand some things that have been put in front of me and trying to make sense of some things that are put in front of me and trying to like process things. And you know, just because you have information doesn't mean that you always understand it. And I'm trying to process a lot of stuff right now. And like I said, I have my own situation that I'm dealing with personally also. And then just, there's just weird people around me and there's just weird situations, and I'm not really sure of who to trust right now. And it's just strange. Um, I feel like there are people who are just like, every single time I try to like start doing this stuff and every time I try to start like getting into it, there's always certain people that appear and they just kind of like wreak havoc on my stability, my mental stability, and then they're just, like, gone, or they just do something messed up to, like, distract. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just have to, like, stay the course and stay on path and make sure I'm staying focused on why I'm doing this, and I had to, like, kind of stop a situation before it got out of hand. So, um, yeah, so I'm just letting you guys know, like, don't worry about this shit with Dan Reed. Don't worry about what he's trying to do. His goose is cooked for sure. Um, People are seeing through his stuff, but you have to understand, when there's a greater purpose to silence someone, they're not going to stop at a failed documentary. They're going to keep doing things to try to get Michael to react, to try to get Michael to look a certain way. They don't want the truth about Michael coming out. They don't want people to know about him and what he knows, because the influence could just devastate so many people. Because when you find out that in existence in general you've been lied to about things, it could just kind of mess things up. And I think there's just this need to keep him quiet. But you can't keep a secret forever. Like, you can't silence the truth. You just can't. There's nothing you can do about that. If someone kills me tomorrow, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to stop the truth from coming out. So I'm not worried about that. Um, you know, I see the bigger picture. I see, like, that people are put in front of me to try to distract me, and, like, it's sad, but I just can't allow myself to get caught up in that, situation. And there are things that have happened in my life right now that, like, are just like, "Oh my god," like, I'm just gonna freak out, but I can't, like, allow that to happen. I have No matter where I am, what I'm doing, what's happening to me, I have to stay the course with this, and I just wanted you guys to know that I am 100% staying the course. I know that I'm really quiet right now, that I'm really silent right now, but I'm here and I 100% see everything that's going on. But it's like there's just so much chaos. I just cannot subject myself to the middle of that chaos right now, because it just doesn't matter. Um, it doesn't matter. The bigger picture matters. And I know when, like, Paris kept saying that, people were getting, like, pissed off, like, she's not doing anything to defend Michael. And she was talking about the bigger picture. Like, there is such a bigger picture. And just kind of write it out, but stop. Don't worry about these people in this documentary, because it's just that guy is like screwing himself every time he opens his fucking mouth. Whether he's speaking English or another language, he screws himself. So um, they just want to destroy. You guys see what happened to Jussie Smollett today? How everything was dropped. I was saying weeks ago they had nothing on this guy. They dropped all charges against him today. And, like, people are trying to say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy, he paid people off." Jussie Smollett is not powerful enough to pay off the FBI. There's just these Jussie Smollett was a sacrificial lamb, a distraction. All of that was a distraction. All of these things that happen are distractions to keep you guys from seeing the fucking truth. It's a smokescreen. Jussie Smollett was never going to go. That's why he was never going to go to jail. It was sensationalism to get people to not pay attention to what's really going on. This is why all the charges were dropped against him, because he was never going to go to prison in the first place. They are trying to distract you guys. There is a lot of things happening right now in this world. There is a lot of shit happening. There are things going on. There are things where we are in a new age. And it sounds like conspiracy psycho crap, but it is not. Guys, there is shit happening. They do not want you. This shit with Michael, they are trying so hard to discredit him, because they know Michael has too much global influence and he knows the fucking truth about what's happening. He knows who we are. He knows what's going on. He's always known. Michael has gone through so many things in his life. I know for a fact that there were things in Michael's childhood that would prevent him from ever even thinking about hurting a child. But they try to use that. They use your biggest vices against you. They use your biggest, not your biggest vices. They use the things that hurt you the most to try to destroy you. Michael would never hurt a child because he knew the importance of being a child and being innocent. So they want to use that against him. They want to take the thing that they know is like his kryptonite and destroy him, because they are doing these things. They are kidnapping children. Guys, they are kidnapping these people are literally harvesting children. These people are like these sick demonic, evil fucking people are breeding children to harvest their organs for powerful people. This is not a conspiracy. This is not a lie. This is absolute truth. They are harvesting children to take their organs. They are they are harvesting children for genetic purposes. They are doing sick. What do you think all these missing children? They have never answered where all those missing immigrant children are. All those girls. There's thousands of girls missing. They never located any of these girls. Why do you think that they are doing this stuff? It's like when you look at Michael Jackson and his level of, it's not like he's not a god-like figure. Michael is a man, he's a human being, but there is something in his DNA. You guys need to understand there is something in his DNA that makes him susceptible to very sensitive to the things that go on in this world. Michael is very enlightened. He was born enlightened. That these are the facts. Michael wants children protected. So if he wants children to be protected, if he's projecting that we have to protect children, it's very obvious that they are trying to make him a predator against children because he's trying to protect them because of the sick and demented things they're doing to our children, breeding children, doing things, putting things in our children's vaccinations, in their food, doing horrible things to children to build a future of evil. Michael is trying to keep people away from that. He always did try that. But they have to like distract. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I have proof of everything that I'm saying. I have evidence of everything that I'm saying. I'm gonna present it, but I'm just telling you guys, like, you have to understand that this is a bigger picture. This is not about Wade Robson and Jimmy Savechuck getting money. This has nothing to do with money. I promise you. It's not about money. It is so much bigger. But see, Michael is light, and when you are light, you can never destroy light. You can never escape light. It's always there. They are trying so hard to destroy Michael and to extinguish his light, but you can't. You can't. So the truth comes out. But what scares me, what scares the shit out of me is, okay, the documentary didn't work. They're gonna keep doing things to get to him. They're gonna keep doing horrible things to silence him, to get to him. They're gonna keep doing things. And my biggest fear is like the next thing is gonna be his daughter. The next thing, and she is Paris is fighting, and that fight, she is fighting, and she's fighting for her life, and I love that she fights. I love that she is vocal because she is saving her own life by fighting the way that she does. She fights. She fights all the time. Whether Paris hurt herself or she didn't, I don't really know what happened to Paris. I don't believe that this story was 100% made up. I think something did happen to Paris in that house that morning. I don't want to get into it, but I believe that something did happen to her. But she is fighting. She does not want people to hurt her. And she knows that she is sensitive to being hurt by people. So she's fighting for her life. But I do believe that Paris experienced something in that house that morning. And I worry. I am very, very worried about Paris. I'm very worried about her. You learn to like see things and feel things. And I just feel that she's not okay. And I feel that Michael is not okay. Um, there's just a lot happening, and I'm just on the sidelines kind of absorbing it. Um, you know, I'm just trying to get clarity in my own situation, in my own life, in my own path, and trying to understand things that are happening with me. So it's hard to kind of do that and focus on Michael, but I'm very, very sensitive to what's happening to him right now because I feel it very deeply, and I'm finding things out about Michael that, like, guys, I swear to God, these fucking people, like, Michael has been a target since birth. Like, I am not shitting you. I promise you, like, if something were to happen to me, I'm saying right now in this video, like, do your research on Michael Jackson, his birth, the year he was born, things happening in the world, secret scandals. I'm just telling you guys, like, This shit goes so before Michael was ever singing, dancing, performing, before any of this goes back in Michael's bloodline, like his history of his family. This goes so far back, his DNA, his fucking DNA. This goes way back. There is a reason why Michael's kids look the way they do. There's a reason for everything. And like, I am going to be bold enough to talk about it. I don't know how far I'm going to get before someone tries to make me shut the fuck up. But I'm just telling you guys, like, I am fully focused on the purpose, the cause. I'm fully focused on everything. I am putting my own shit to the side, which I really should be dealing with, like, right now. But I'm willing to kind of just do what I have to do and sacrifice parts of my life to make this. I just had a very weird vision last night, and it was a lot, and I saw things, and I might sound really crazy to people who don't believe in stuff like that, but I saw something last night that just, like, shook me to my core, and, um, I just have to get this information out there, and I have to be honest with you guys and tell you what's going on with me, and what's going on with the situation. But I see that there are people who are genuinely, like, fighting for Michael's truth, and that's awesome. I love the MJ fan base for what they do to defend Michael. Um, but I can't be a part of that culture. Um, I can't be against the culture of debunking Dan Reed and debunking Wade Robson. I can't participate in those particular activities because I have to stay focused on staying on the path of truth. You know what I'm saying? And that is the path of truth. Like, they're liars, but that stuff to me is just so it's so below the importance of the truth, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I am not everyone who's doing it, I'm not slighting anyone. I respect people who are fighting for Michael's name and his legacy, but like what I'm fighting for is just is for human beings and for people and for truth in general. So I can't allow myself to um get involved with that particular movement. Um I've tweeted a few things in support of him, but those people are just Dan Reed is just it's just a joke. I mean, these people just he just was they've just very much kind of like underestimated technology and underestimated like people, underestimated MJ fans and what people can find, what they can do. Their goose is cooked. But people who believe that Michael Jackson's a pedophile, I can give people 5 million videos and my family and my friends and people that I know, and they still have their opinion. So it's not my job to show people that Michael is not a pedophile. My job and my response is to show people why he would be a target. Because once people see why Michael is a target, once his message is clearly told, it is definitely going to make people step back and examine why he would need to be quiet. I think that the focus should not be on proving his innocence. The focus should be on proving why he should be a target, why people are trying to target him. And that's where I am with this. Um that's where I am. So I have to, if you guys don't see me online for a couple of days or like a week or a couple weeks, um, just don't worry. Um, I am definitely doing the best that I can to like, you know, watch and be here, but I have to continue studying a couple of things. I've got to make sure that this is very clear and that I'm not making any mistakes with what I'm going to tell people. I have to be very, 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 very clear. And I have to remove distractions from my surroundings. And that just kind of means like kind of like isolating myself from people that don't serve me in terms of trying to get closer to the truth. So I am definitely going to just be kind of like silent for a little while, but don't think that I'm just like I just don't want you guys to think that I just like disappeared or I'm not like around or I'm not that I'm bored with this. I'm not. I am so in tune with Michael right now. I'm so in tune with his situation right now. I'm very much present and I'm very much here, but I just need you guys to understand that I have to focus on this because whenever shit hits the fan, I am going to be the first one in the line with my information to defend the fuck out of his truth. And I have to be prepared for that because it's going to get very, very ugly because this documentary didn't work. It didn't do what they wanted it to do. So it's time to go to the next level for these people. It's time for them to do crazy shit. I know for a fact they are coming for his kids next. And it's going to get very, I'm talking about something really fucked up. It's going to be dropped about Michael's kids. And it's going to have very, very bad, catastrophic results. So just prepare yourselves and, just understand that this is it's like it's not about like it's not about his celebrity, it's not about him as a star, it's not about that. Like Michael's celebrity is just definitely like is like a disguise for his true purpose. Because Michael's children are the only people that they're his only kryptonite. They're his only that's all they have left. He doesn't give a fuck about anything else. He doesn't care. Michael knows the truth about so many things. He doesn't care if they come for his music, come for his catalog, come for his music. That shit that those are earthly worldly things. A catalog, music, royalties, those things are Neverland. Those are earthbound worldly things. When you reach a certain level of consciousness and you see things, he doesn't give a shit about that stuff. Michael doesn't listen, I'm not trying to speak for him. I'm just saying, like, come on, like that stuff doesn't matter. That it doesn't. It's materialistic things. Those things don't matter. In the grand scheme of things, we all go into the same 6-foot dirt pit in the ground. Nobody gives a shit about material. Oh my God. I don't want to say what I want to say, but I'm just telling you guys, like, it's fucked up. It's very messed up. So, um, they have to go for his kids next. So I'm just telling you, just be strong and be diligent and stay close to each other and no, don't fight each other and don't. I see people, I see people doing stuff like, I see people using this as an opportunity to get money. I see people like literally like, and they're so transparent, like literally use this opportunity to make money off of this situation. And I think that is so disgusting. It's so sick. Fans, people who say they're fans, their hearts are in the wrong place. So I'm just kind of falling out of this group of people that are considered like I'm about to just say too much. So I just need to stop talking. But um yeah, I just know that you guys are amazing and I appreciate your support. I know that I am not traditional in the sense of being a Michael Jackson fan, and I'm not traditional in the sense of people feel very superior because they are fans and they do all this stuff. And that's just not me. I'm not traditional in that sense of how I fight for Michael. Um, I'm not, common in that way. Um, but I'm just kind of like, something happened last night. I just kind of saw the bigger picture with a lot of stuff. And I'm just like, I have to like cut out a lot of unnecessary shit in my life and a lot of unnecessary people because I have a purpose. I have a path also. And I have to tell this truth, and I just cannot allow myself to be subjected to situations that are blocking that, and I'm not going to. So that's why I just wanted you guys to know I'm definitely um I just wanted you guys to know that I'm definitely here and I love you guys. Like a lot. And I know this is, like, hard to sit back and watch, like, your idol be crucified with a pen, and to watch someone that you love be and people say I was excuse me. I was doing something this weekend, and, it was really crazy because I heard, like, this guy they were playing a Michael Jackson song, and this guy, like, blatantly was like, "Oh my god, Michael's fucking canceled. He's a fucking pedophile." Just I mean, it was horrible, the shit he was saying, like and I wanted to, like, rip his face off, but I kept my composure and didn't say anything because people are going to see the truth, but you cannot allow yourself to be, like, rabid and crazy and, I'm so mad, believe me, I wanted to rip this guy's face the fuck off. I was so angry because he was just so hateful. He was so hateful, and he's just like, "Oh, he's so disgusting, like, how could you hurt kids?" And then just, like, they only knew how much this man loved kids and, like, how much children mean to him and the purpose in it. So, yeah, I just thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being here for me, and, thank you for supporting Michael, you guys who are supporting him and speaking the truth about his life. Um, I just have to make sure I'm getting focused and doing what I need to do. So if you don't see a video for a little while, just don't worry about it. Like I am here and they are coming and they're coming big and they're going to be huge. And I'm going to probably piss a lot of people off because I'm going to delve into some things about Michael's childhood. People might not agree with, they might get mad about, but I really don't care. It's his story. It's not everybody else's story. It's not about trying to speak for him or reveal things, but I think there are certain truths that just need to come out, and they're going to if I can help it. So I'm gonna go, but I love you guys and thank you for all of your support and for just being there and just being patient. It pays off and it will pay off. Just keep loving him and keep just projecting your spirit and your positive energy towards him. You know, please just keep projecting that. He needs that positive energy. He needs that love. Wrap yourself around these children, embrace them spiritually, embrace them and just project your love. And I will talk to you guys very soon. You will hear from me, okay? So have a good afternoon and go outside and enjoy the spring weather. It's spring. It's it's new life, learn to appreciate new life. Just don't forget to take it in. Appreciate who's around you. Okay? So I love you guys and I'll talk to you later. Bye.